Good evening and welcome to Biddeford Ice Arena for some Class A boys hockey action between the home team, the Thorn Academy Golden Trojans, and the away team, the South Portland Red Riots. I'm Zach Duranko here with Cole Purvis on TATV, bringing you our first hockey broadcast of the winter sports season. On TATV, it will be a good one. TA coming in 3-0. South Portland, on the other hand, is 2-1. Before we get any further, I also want to mention Jeff Cushenberry, Josh Pulsifer, and Troy Bolduck with here on tech and camera, as well as we are trying a ice level cam as well tonight, so hopefully we'll get some footage of that for you. But Cole, looking at these two teams, TA with a great start, a lot of great offense and defense, a lot of new faces as well. What is something they're going to have to work on tonight if they want to beat this strong South Portland team?
Yeah, well, the storyline for TA this season is whether or not they can get that bad taste out of their mouth from losing the state championship that they definitely feel they should have won last year. South Portland, also a team that made a deep run, losing in the regional final to Scarborough, the eventual state champion. And TA has a lot of senior leadership this year with Evan Baudet and Jake Marcotte Jr. as well, one of their best scorers. But they also have some younger players like Gavin Pellerin and Brady Pecora who have already scored some goals this year. The key for them today is just to avoid penalties and not let South Portland get into the power play too much and also be effective in the first period. They've given up some goals in the first period, 2 to Biddeford the last game, and they were able to come back, but they do have to clean up their game in the first period. So should be interesting to see if they can extend this early unbeaten streak here.
I mean, you said it, slow starts for TA. Before we get any further, I want to plug our upcoming streaming schedule here on Thornton Academy. We have this next Wednesday, which is during our Christmas break, we got boys basketball versus Gorham on the 28th. Then once we get back to school, January 3rd, girls basketball versus Wyndham. And then the 4th, we have boys hockey versus Scarborough at 8:45. TA with a lot of new faces this year. Gage, Tarbox, Belanger, St. John, and Bildo all graduated, 3 of the most prominent players from last year's teams. And as you said, Gavin Pellerin's got 8 points, 3 goals, and 5 assists in 3 games. And Porter Kraus, who has taken over Tarbox Belanger's spot, is 2-0 in the 2 games he played with a 2.00 goals against average and a .920 save percentage, which is pretty strong in his first couple of games. Looking at Southport on the other side, as I said, 2-1 beat Falmouth 4-3, and Lake Region, Oxford Hills, Freiburg 5-0, but they did lose to Lewiston, who's had a pretty spectacular season so far, beating South Portland and Scarborough as well. Toby Lappin has 6 goals and 2 assists in 3 games, and Richie Gilboy has 4 goals and assists. The goalie for South Portland is a name some people might be familiar with, Jasper Curtis. Had a great season last year for South Portland. This year he's 2-1 with a 2.00 goals against average and a .924 save percentage. He has been somewhat hot and cold. Had a tough game in that loss to Lewiston. We'll see how he can play tonight.
TA's goalie Porter Kraus had big shoes to fill with Gage Tarbox Belanger being such a star for them last year. But he's done a solid job in net so far, and 2 teams that score a lot of goals. TA has 12 so far in their first 3 games. South Portland has 11, so we'll see how both teams can defend and just keep the puck out of the net tonight.
As we get closer and closer to game time here, looks like Porter Kraus will get the start. But we'll let you know as we get closer to the action. Looking at the lines for Thorn Academy today, the first line is pretty much the star line, the point-scoring line for TA this year. It's Jacob Marcotte on the left wing, Kyle Lasser in the center, and Gavin Pellerin on the right wing. Second line, Baudet with Pecora as the center and Cam Sear as the right wing. And then Jacob Parento getting his first third line start this year on the left side. Gavin Corson in the center. And on the right wing, Alex Alonso. Looking at the defenseman, Jake Florent lines up on the first line defense with Lucas Hubbard, one of the quad captains this year. Brady Corson playing left defense with Heath McLean on the right. And then Shane Bergeron lines up as a defenseman or extra forward with Braden Duhane as another defenseman as well. Again, TA 3-0 this year, top of Class A so far. Before we get any further, I want to thank some of our sponsors here on TATV. I want to thank Saco Biddeford Savings, Packwell and Carroll Insurance, and the Webb Family Law Firm who hosts our pregame and postgame show, as well as Top It Mobile Ice Cream Cart, who hosts our halftimes and will be the sponsor for our icings this year for hockey, which will be nice to have. As we hear Don Bodette, who is the public address announcer for the hockey games here at Biddeford Ice Arena. Pretty highly anticipated matchup between these two teams. South Portland has a strong roster with a lot of seniors. We talked about a few of them, looking at Toby Lappin and Richie Gilboy. But other notable names is Ian Wright on defense and number 15, Roan Hopkins. Lappin and Brady Engel, as well as Hewitt Sykes. Tough news for South Portland. A couple weeks ago, one of their star forwards from Freeport, Dylan Hannon, tore his ACL. Not only was he a star hockey player, but also a star lacrosse player. Now we will hear these starting lineups. First line starting out there for offense, Marcotte with Pellerin and Kyle Lasser. I want to give a shout out to people watching on Facebook. If you want to let us know where you're watching from and who you are watching, let us know. We might give you a shout out. We had somebody watching from Bonita Springs, California. It is probably Florida, excuse me.
Same thing, still warm there.
Yeah, warmer than it is in here. And now we will have the national anthem here at Biddeford Ice Arena. We are now set for some action here. Do a nice rendition of the national anthem.
Tonight, going with a whiteout for the second night in a row. They had one at the basketball game last night where the boys basketball team defeated Bonnie Eagle.
Still nice to see, though, that we have good fan interaction in crowds multiple days in a row as we get closer and closer to Christmas. I think it's time we say happy holidays to all the listeners out there, because it is, as I just said, a few days from Christmas. Face off between Lasser and number 24, Hewitt Sykes, a junior forward, to get this game going. TA looking for the early start. Here we go. Face off won by Sykes, taken by Gilboy. Florent tips it to Pellerin. Florent gets it back. Cross-ice pass blocked by Hewitt Sykes at their own blue line. Lasser takes it. Looking for the outlet pass to Lucas Hubbard. That was no good. Now on the far side here is South Portland. Here's Toby Lappin. Lappin trying to get up the boards. Lasser. Hubbard has it near the blue line. His shot wide of the net. Pellerin tries to tap one in, but he couldn't get a good reach on this one. Back out to Florent. Florent's shot is tipped off the ankle of Brady Engel and out of play. Want to mention though, sometimes when we get into these corners, when the puck gets into these corners, the angle is just really tough up here in the booth. So we apologize if we can't always see the action.
So get shots on net early, a long distance shot from Jake Florent, who really stands out because of his height on the ice, as well as his skating ability.
Corson lost the face-off. That's Gavin Corson, the younger brother of Brady Corson. Jake Udomse had it now behind the net, looking for the outlet pass. This is to Seth Cloutier. Cloutier, nice move, and here he goes. Cloutier crosses the blue line, looking for a pass. It's tipped away by Heath McLean. Now Gavin Corson trying to clear the puck. South Portland does have a height advantage on many of these TA players, as most of them are underclassmen. But TA does have the speed and the skill to play with South Portland. Also want to mention that this is a co-op team with Freeport and Waynefleet. A few of these players are from Freeport and Waynefleet. That puck is sent back in. McLean tried to get it off his hand. He couldn't. Kept in by South Portland. Puck's been in TA's end for roughly 30 seconds or so. Alonso trying to clear it. South Portland still has it, and they have a change for defense, and now this one's cleared down the length of the ice. It'll go down to the keeper. That's Jasper Curtis, and they will call icing. And icing, actually it'll be high stick, excuse me. So it'll stay in South Portland's end. And it'll be a face-off. Looks like the second line is out there. Evan Bodette on the left with Brady Pecora and Cam Sear on the right. Pecora will take the face-off against Casey McVeigh. Puck goes back to Hubbard. Now Bodette behind the net. Tries to find Cam Sear. This one taken by Toby Lappin, the leading goal scorer, and a huge check there from Brady Pecora, who has 2 goals this year in 3 games for Thorn Academy. Good stick check there by Ben Stanley. Now here's Florent off the boards pass. It'll go back to Florent. Tia trying to find a good zone clearance. Good check there by South Portland. Lappin couldn't find it. It was in his skates. This one sent right on Kraus, and he makes his first save of the day. Here's Florent trying to clear the puck. That one is off the stick of Liam Anderson. So no icing. He'll take it behind his net. Pressured on by Cam Sear. That one tipped down at center ice. Lasser puts a check on. Evan Bodette is still out there. Wouldn't be surprised if some of these lines end up being mixed up at some points in the night, as well as a mix of lines on the power play and penalty kill. But it's kept on the boards by Lasser. They're fighting for it. It's cleared away by South Portland, and Florent will spin around. South Portland trying to get a change off. Hubbard couldn't keep control of it, flips it up to Pellerin. It gets through, but it is in possession of Jake Udomse. Udomse, good move. Good play there. Now Pellerin has it 3-on-2. Pellerin looking for the pass. Gets it to Lasser. Lasser to Marcotte. He shoots and he scores! What a pass from Lasser to Marcotte. Great vision from Lasser. Marcotte's on the board, and TA takes an early lead.
Yeah, you saw that developing as they got a 3-on-2, as you said, and a great pass by Lasser to Jake Marcotte, and the one-timer, he puts it in the net. That's what we talked about in the open a few minutes ago, getting off to a good start, and they've certainly done that here as they take the lead 1-0.
We have the replay here, as you see. Great pass from Pellerin, but Lasser with the great vision, and Marcotte, we know he is good at hitting those shots. Just chipped it right over the shoulder of Jasper Curtis. Tough play there. Only a few shots on board for each team, and TA has a lead with 11:10 to go in the first. It's exactly what they have been struggling to do, is take the early leads, and they are doing it here. That is Marcotte's third goal of the season.
TA was down 2-1 against Biddeford last time, and then they had to storm back in the third period, scoring 3 goals, 1 an empty netter, but still they went off in the third period. And it's good to not have that stress early on in the first period this time as they get on the board early.
Here is Brady Corson, one of the seniors on this team, and a great defensive player as well. Curtis will cover as Corson was headed into the goalie crease. Good job by Corson there.
A lot of gray jerseys around him that time. Tried a little spin move, but lost the puck.
Lines will change. Hubbard and Florent back out there. Don't be surprised to see those 4, Corson, McLean, Hubbard, and Florent on most of the game. Maybe a little bit of Braden Duhane. That was going to end up staying onside, but now here comes Toby Lappin. Tried to get around Florent, but Florent had the size and got it there. Florent has 2 assists this year. Now here goes Cam Sear. Sear, one of the new varsity faces, looking across in front. Bodette shoots, and what a save by Jasper Curtis. Flashed the pad and hit after the play was Brady Pecora. We'll see if they call a penalty. What a save there by Jasper Curtis.
Yeah, fortunate for South Portland that he was able to make such a great save, and a good backhanded pass by Cam Sear. Bodette was right in front of the net but couldn't get it past the goalkeeper.
We see this play. Cam Sear put it on. Look at the replay here. Cam Sear put it on the net, and then Bodette would just try to chip it over, but Curtis with a great save, and then Pecora came around and got shoved after the play, and there is a penalty now, so on the power, TA goes on the power play. 10:05 to go in the first.
TA's been great 5-on-5, but they'd like to do a little bit better, just being more aggressive on the power play and scoring when they had these opportunities.
Here is Bodette, trying to get it behind. Cleared off the boards and down the length of the ice to Porter Kraus. Oh, excuse me, that is Drew Johnson.
Yeah, they do rotate, and they've got the backup goalie in now. He played against Edward Little about a week ago, and he got the win there.
Giving Drew Johnson the start. Kraus on the bench. I apologize for that mistake. In the corner now, here's Lesseur, cuts back. Good move by Lesseur. Back it up top to Hubbard. Hubbard to Florent. 2 defensemen on the power play. Different than last year. Good move there by Bodette. Bodette put a shot on net. It got blocked. It's high in the air. And they're going to say it hit the roof. So they'll go to a face-off in the corner. Good move there by Bodette, but great block by South Portland. They're staying alive here with a strong PK. TA got with that 1-0 lead off the goal from Marcotte. And every person on that first line has a point. Marcotte with the goal and Lesseur and Pellerin with assists. Bodette on the left, Bergeron on the right, and Lesseur takes the face-off. He lost it, but it goes to Hubbard on the potential clear. Here's Hubbard with it. Almost lost it in his skates, but South Portland sitting back. A chance for a shot. It's tipped wide. Didn't make it on net. Here's Hubbard again. Looking for a pass. Gives it over to Florent. Florent to Lesseur. Lesseur putting one on net. Too high. And it will go around the boards and too far for Hubbard. He has to reset, and so does TA. South Portland will make a few changes.
This is going to take a lot of time off the power play here as TA looks to make a statement and go up 2-0 early.
Here goes Lesseur quickly in. Lesseur tries a move. Didn't have a chance at a shot. Spinning behind now. Pressured on by Ian Wright. High in the air behind the net. Looking for it. Lesseur back out to Heath McLean. McLean on the far side to Bergeron. Bergeron a shot just wide. Curtis may have gotten a piece of that one. Here's Hubbard.
Tough angle for Bergeron there.
Lesseur looking at Bergeron. A chance at a shot and a save by Curtis. Couldn't get it on the toe of his stick at the right time, and now here's a chance for a break. Here's Hewitt Sykes. That's too high in the netting, out of play. On a face-off in front of Johnson as both teams make a change.
And Curtis, the South Portland goalie, settled in after giving up an early goal. A big kill there to keep South Portland in it in the first period, and now back to 5-on-5 as they've officially killed the penalty.
Haven't seen a lot of the third line, but they're out here now. Gavin Corson taking the face-off. He wins it. Ref was in the way, so lucky on that one. Here's Florent with some speed now. He is the tallest player on this TA team. Also one of the fastest skaters. Alonso trying to get it out, but it's kept in as Corson fell down to one knee. Here's a chance now. Jake Udamse, a chance for a shot. Johnson makes a save as he slid across. Good save there for Drew Johnson. And we'll have another face-off on the right dot in the TA end. We'll have a change. A second line back out there. Pecora with Bodette and Cam Sear. Pecora and Pellerin have been the two young stars. Helped out a lot in the scoring sheet. This one blocked down. And here's Cam Sear now. Lappin tried to get it through. Bodette, they're offsides. Cam Sear checked up there. Here's Pecora, backhand, a save by Curtis. And after the play, Bodette gives a little tap on Curtis's pad. So South Portland making sure there isn't any issues with scrums in front of the net. It'll be a face-off in front of Curtis. We're down to 7:17 in the first.
Pecora's been really aggressive so far this year. As you said, a pair of goals already, and he went with the backhand there, but another good save.
Sent around the boards. South Portland has some time to control the puck. Bodette putting pressure on. Nice move through the defense by Ian Wright. Now here goes Wright. Another move around McLean. He's in by himself, but Brady Corson with a good check, forcing him to turn back around. Now behind the net, here's Jake Udamse. Udamse trying to put it out in front. It got blocked away, and now Corson will clear at the length of the ice. That will go all the way, and they're going to call no icing. South Portland with a little bit of a fan section here as well. Not as big as TA's, which is something that I think is pretty consistent. Behind the net, it was Cam Sear. Lasser pressing on it. Now here's South Portland. Changes sides. Seth Cloutier trying to get around Heath McLean. Can't get a move on. Marcotte trying to get out to Pellerin, but it went right to Richard Gilboy. And we'll go behind the net. Now putting pressure on is Ben Stanley. South Portland has it. Corson goes down with no stick, and he's able to push it with his skate, but TA can't clear. Now Lasser. Nice breakout pass to Pellerin. Pellerin looking for his teammate Marcotte. He's pressured into the zone. He loses control of the puck. Kept in by Florent. Lots of back and forth play ever since that TA goal. Now here's a chance for Seth Cloutier. Three defensemen and a huge check by Florent. He had some issues with penalties in the first couple of games, but a great check there. Marcotte gets it over to Hubbard. Hubbard's shot is high over the net. Good chance there. Another great play by TA, but now here's a chance for a counterattack for South Portland.
Florent is an absolute monster and a great defensive player, and it's fun to watch him dish out some hits on these South Portland players.
There's a steal and a turnover. Now a chance for a 2-on-1. Marcotte with some speed. Lasser stayed onside, but lost control of it. Marcotte, communication was a little bit off there. South Portland has it. Good keep in by Marcotte. Lasser with a chance. He'll just throw one on net. And Curtis with an easy save keeps it in between his arm and his chest. He'll hold on to it while a face-off in the left dot in South Portland's end. 5:04 to go. If you're just joining us, TA with that 1-0 lead has kept most of the possession. I'm Zach Tarenko here with Cole Purvis, Jeff Christianberry, Josh Pulsifer, and Troy Bolduck here on TATV for our first Winter Sports Hockey broadcast. His chance for a clear out. Good hip check there from Lucas Hubbard on Toby Lappin. Lappin gives a check there to Florent. Hubbard trying to clear to the other side, but it's kept in by Gilboy. Gilboy with some nice hockey hair flow. Behind the net here, South Portland looking for one of their first shots in the last few minutes. Gilboy will put one on net. Gets tipped down and a great pad save. The rebound, another save by Johnson. Two great saves by Drew Johnson, and they'll clear it the length of the ice down to Jasper Curtis. And there's a chance control of it. Here's Gilboy with some speed. Bodette trying to get a stick check on there. He did. And then Gilboy put a huge check on Bodette. There's a keep in there by Ben Stanley, and I thought he was offside. It doesn't matter. Tia has possession. Now here goes Brady Pecora. Here's Pecora. Cam Sear lost control of it. It's now a 3-on-1, but they lost it again. No one can really get good control. Here's Bodette, the shot saved, the rebound, and it's put in by Brady Pecora. Pecora on the doorstep, grabs the rebound, and South Portland's defense nowhere to be found on that play. It's 2-0 TA.
Both teams trying to go to work in transition. South Portland, it looked like they were going to get a good opportunity, but they just turned the puck over, and Brady Pecora keeps on scoring. He's got 3 goals in 4 games.
Look at the replay here. Starts with the turnover. Bodette gets a good shot off. He puts another shot on there, and Pecora's an easy tap-in for his 3rd goal of the year from Evan Bodette. And a nice chant for "We Love Brady" from the fan section crowd. It's 2-0 TA, and a great start here to the first period. 3:47 to go.
And a statement against a team in South Portland that was in the regional final last year. Maybe the toughest opponent they've had to play so far. I know it's early in the season, but still to come out and play with like this is definitely encouraging.
Great start for both teams. I mean, Drew Johnson has had a couple of awesome saves. Same for Jasper Curtis. TA just getting really lucky on those rebounds, chances in front of the net. The defense is sort of lacking right in front of Curtis. This one cleared out of the zone. Down to Brady Corson. Something pretty rare here is we haven't had an icing yet, which is usually pretty common for TA or games here for Class A hockey. This one will now go length of the ice. Just as I say that, there's an icing.
There we go.
That icing is brought to you by Top It Mobile Ice Cream Cart. The only thing colder than the ice is Top It ice cream. Both lines will change. There's our sideline cam. Giving a wave down to Josh Pulsifer down there. Doing our, I said sideline, I should say ice level. It was sideline for basketball games, but there's no court here at Biddeford Ice Arena. Under 3 to go in the first. TA, that 2-0 lead. Again, if you want to know, let us know where you're watching from. We'd love to hear how warm it is compared to Biddeford Ice Arena. So, give us a little shout out in the comments, and we'll say it on air. It's a chance for a breakout by TA, but good defense there from Liam Anderson. Anderson puts it behind the net, and McLean has some time to look for a breakout. He gets it to Bodette. Bodette looking cross ice for a pass now. He'll take it himself. Great move, but a good stick by Toby Lappin. A huge check on Brady Pecora and the referee by Hewitt Sykes.
Ref got hit by a puck and then by a player, all in the matter of seconds.
And it's good. The ref seems to be okay, which is nice. Good to see. Sykes couldn't get the pass off, and now here's a breakout 3-on-2. Bodette lost control of it, and he just tries to get it into the zone as they needed a change. Kind of an odd play there. The puck just going back and forth. Now here's a chance. Here goes Jake Udomse. Udomse the 2-on-1. Good defense by Florent staying in front there. And now here goes TA on the break.
Great job reading that pass by Florent, picking it off and taking it the other way.
Gavin Corson had his stick lifted, and now it's cleared to the opposite end, and that's another icing by South Portland. That icing brought to you by Top It Mobile Ice Cream Cart. And we'll go back down into South Portland's end. Third line still out there. Corson taking the face-off.
Less than 2 minutes to go in the first period. Just want to keep it in your offensive zone and not let up a goal here. Going to the break, you'll be happy up 2-0.
Alonso's shot was off the net. That was Jacob Parento with the check right in front of the fan section. Got a little bit of a reaction. Here's Gilboy off the boards. Finds it to Seth Cloutier, and now here's transfer breakout, but really good defense. Cloutier and Lappin are trying these kind of toe drag moves around the players and the defense of Hubbard and Florent, and they're doing a great job standing their ground and not allowing any attacking zone entries for South Portland. Now Florent going in all by himself. Curtis made a save. He couldn't hold on to it. And now here's Parento. Behind the net, South Portland took it back. Last minute in the first. Thank you, Don Bodette, for giving us that reminder. That one's sent all the way down, and it will be another icing. An icing brought to you by Top It Mobile Ice Cream Cart. we'll give another shout out to Top It Mobile Ice Cream Cart, who will be the sponsor of our player of the game. Still trying to work out a way that maybe we could give, a carton of ice cream to the player of the game.
Yeah.
We'll figure out the details later. That's a great shot from Heath McLean. Tapped down in front. Curtis made a good blocker save, and now South Portland trying to clear out of the zone. Lesur turning. Pellerin, great stick work, but cleared away by Gilboy. Now here goes Jake Udomse. Udomse getting around Corson, but Corson puts a check on. Another one. That one's on net and a save by Johnson off the right pad. Behind the net, Corson can't clear. Here's Udomse. Udomse looking for angle. Pellerin tipped it down in front to Johnson, and Lappin couldn't get a stick on it. Johnson with a great save again and keeps it 2-0 TA. 9.1 seconds to go. So it looks like one more face-off, maybe one more chance for South Portland to get a good shot off.
Good possession here by South Portland, just centering the puck and getting it in front of the net and putting pressure on TA's goalie, but they've held their ground, and 9.1 seconds isn't a lot of time to do something here.
Lappin gets it back to Gilboy. His shot tipped wide, and looks like Corson will just hold on to it. Lappin throws a late check, and that one wasn't too appreciated there from Corson, but that'll do it for the first period. TA with a 2-0 lead. Goals from Marcotte and Brady Pecora. They'll go into the break with a nice lead. We'll take a break here on TA TV. Be back for some early thoughts before the second period of action.
Hey, Dan. How's that proposal coming?
Just finished. I am sending it right now.
Okay, good. Oh, no. How are we looking for noon? We got like 2 minutes. Dan.
Run over here.
Is this my room? Wow, Dad! Is this your room?
Thornton Academy's arts programs are among the most robust in New England. We offer full programs in visual arts, media arts, dance, theater, vocal music, and instrumental music. Our faculty are committed to providing a premier experience for all of our students.
Through December 31st, any donation made to our Friends of the Arts campaign will be matched up to $10,000 thanks to a generous donor.
Funds that are donated to Friends of the Arts are used directly to support our programs during the school day and after school.
Donors like you make it possible for us to give students the chance to be who they are and become who they want to be.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Zach Tarenko, a senior here at Thornton Academy. I am the host of the Trojan Talk podcast, and I've worked with TATV for 4 years as a broadcaster. In the past few years, TATV has become a leader in sports streaming service in the state of Maine. We work tirelessly to bring the best content to Maine sports fans. Take a look at some of the best moments from TATV in the past few years.
By Peyton Jones, forward to Anthony Jones, up to Peyton
Jones.
Oh,
baby! That's what we're talking about right there.
Start the clock. On the move, Ethan LeBlanc gets inside, shoots and scores! LeBlanc ties it with 1 second left. What a play! And TA with a miracle. It's 10-10 to Melendez. Melendez puts a shot up at the buzzer. Oh, she got it! Mackenzie Melendez.
I'm Cole Purvis, a junior at TA. I'm also a member of the Trojan Talk podcast and have worked with TATV for the past 3 years as a broadcaster. As we get closer to an exciting winter sports season, there's a great opportunity for local businesses and companies to get involved by becoming a sponsor. Sponsorships with TATV come in many different forms, whether it's a commercial that we air for your company or sponsorship for another aspect of our broadcast.
For more information, you can send a direct message to any of the Thornton Academy platforms. Go Trojans!
the pandemic, I felt like I needed some motivation and I wanted to try a new experience, improving my English, making new friends and trying a new experience abroad. And also I love traveling. Summer camp was really good. I had a lot of fun and I liked all the activities that we did. But particularly I loved going whitewater rafting. We went camping for one weekend and on Saturday we tried this new experience, so it was a great opportunity to spend time with my friends and trying a new activity.
I took marine biology class and it was so fun. I learned many things about this place or seas or environment. Yeah.
One of the most popular classes this year was creative writing, and there were kids from all over the world, US, different countries. The teacher was really dynamic, and at the end they had written poetry and they had written short stories, and it was just really neat to see them come together as a class, but individually have creative projects too.
It was really interesting. We were always talking about differences, and we compared our countries, and yeah, I made a lot of friends. I'm still in contact with friends from Cape Cod and California, and yeah, my roommate was actually from Japan and we were really close too. I really liked the teachers. We had a pretty close connection, and even after 2 weeks after the summer program we were FaceTiming all together, even with the teachers, and yeah, we are still pretty close, and I'm often writing with them messages.
Here at the Summer at Thornton Academy program, we have students with a wide range of English abilities. We have some native speakers that are from other states in the US. We have kids that are just still learning English, and some that have gone to international schools and they already speak English pretty well. But in the classes, in the activities, in the dorms, the language of instruction and all of the activities is English. And so even if you're just learning, you're going to be surrounded by English and get a chance to practice every day.
I think my English improved, especially in listening and maybe speaking, because I attended an English class during the summer camp, and also I had to speak English all the day with teachers and friends.
Here is so natural, so there are many trees or lake or seas, and they're so comfortable, and it's very nice. Here is very nice. I like this place. Here is my home country. I feel very comfortable because I lived here and lived with them.
You will make a lot of friends. You will explore new culture, and it's just one life experience you can make, and it's really cool. You should do it.
It is a great experience to improve yourself and also to experience a new culture, make new friends from all over the world, improve your English and have fun.
We are back here on TATV for some second period action between the Thornton Academy Golden Trojans and South Portland Red Riots in a Class A hockey matchup. TA with a strong first period, 2 goals, one from Marcotte early in the first period of a great 3-on-2 rush, and then Brady Pecora with a nice rebound goal made it 2-0 later in the first period, and they sealed it in the first with a couple of great saves from Drew Johnson. South Point with some good shots, Cole, but TA with some just better play. But in the middle of that period, we saw a lot of back and forth action, but TA was taking control of the counterattack. What will South Portland need to do if they want to get a goal back and get back in this game?
We'll just control the puck a little bit better. Neither team really dominated the time of possession in that period, but TA just had a few more shots and a few better opportunities and some great passes right in front of the net, and their young scorers went to work, and they'll look to keep it going here in the second quarter, just play well and keep a lead going into the third. But as you said, a lot of back and forth action, a lot of turnovers, not being able to control the puck and get set up in a good opportunity. Both teams are struggling to do that. So
TA now going left to right in your screen, South Portland going right to left, and here we go for some second period hockey as Marcotte for TA puts it behind South Portland's end. We'll see if South Portland can get some good energy going in the first few minutes. Here's Gilboy to Lappin. Lappin sends it off the glass in the corner. Great check there from Florent. Now behind the net, Hubbard fighting for it. Trying to get it out to Brady Engel. Here's a takeaway by Lasser. Lasser now with Gilboy, the only one there, and he's taken down right in front of the net. Pellerin couldn't put the rebound in. It's a tripping call. See, personally, I think that should totally be a penalty shot.
Yeah.
He was angled towards the net. He was driving.
It was intentional too.
Yep. Yeah. The one thing with a penalty shot is it has to be intentional. And the player has to be driving towards the net. I think both of those were clearly happening, but they're going to call a power play. A penalty. So TA goes on the power play. The second time tonight, they couldn't score in the first one and only got a few shots off. We'll see if they can capitalize on this one.
I don't want to say that was a smart play by Gilboy, but Lasser probably had a good chance to put that one in the net there. So definitely saved a goal, but they're going to have to kill a power play here as well.
Here is Lasser. Lasser entering the zone, looking for a chance. He will go around as Joey Susi tried to get a stick check there, but Lasser with some great positioning. That shot on the net, save off the pad, rebound Lasser, another save by Curtis. Great saves there. Susi goes down, and now South Portland clears the length of the ice, and it will be Johnson to try to tap it down. Well, we have a second here as some of the teams change up. I want to thank some of our sponsors here on TATV, Stockholm Bedford Savings, Packwell & Carroll Insurance, and Webb Family Law Firm, who hosts our pregame and postgame show. That one cleared back again. TA 2 rushes now that have failed. South Portland will change up for their PK unit. TA this year coming in with a power play percentage of 11.1, not so great, but again, only 3 games, so not a lot of power plays have happened. Here's back out to Shane Bergeron. Bergeron tried to put one on net, got blocked. Another chance. The pass to Beaudet. Beaudet, his shot was wide, just barely. This is Hewitt Sykes, gets it around for Ben Paulson. Here's Hubbard.
TA's done a good job taking advantage of these rebounds. That's what their second goal came on. They'll look to put a shot on and then put one of these rebounds here.
Bergeron's shot was just wide. Here's Lasser, gives it off to McLean. McLean back to Hubbard. Hubbard and McLean, not defensive pairing partners tonight, but they were almost all of last year, and they did a great job as the top pairing this year. Hubbard has been playing with Florent, and McLean playing with Corson. And that's a long pass, and there was a change happening. South Portland not paying attention. Beaudet looking at Marcotte, and he scores! They capitalize on a terrible change from South Portland, and Marcotte gets his second. It's a second assist for Evan Beaudet, and it's 3-0 TA.
Wow, that's something you don't see very often, just a complete miscue by South Portland. They were trying to change as the puck went to the other end of the ice, but little do they know, Hubbard was waiting for it, and a perfect opportunity for TA, and that looked too easy. Great pass, and Marcotte puts it in the net.
That wasn't even just one or two players changing at the wrong time. That was the entire unit, which is not something you see very often for a team like South Portland. Face-off won by number 15. That's Trevor Perry, his first time playing tonight. Here's Pellerin looking at Perry. Pellerin trying to go into the zone. Marcotte. Here's Perry. Perry got his stick lifted. Corson has it, gives it over to Florent. Florent now over to Pellerin. Pellerin enters the zone. There's a chance now. Perry got tripped up, but accidental, so no call.
Marcotte would have had a pretty good chance there, but a good defensive play to knock the puck away.
Marcotte has it now, trying to enter the zone. Pellerin makes sure he's not offside. Now here comes Pellerin. He's hooked from behind, and no call there. Now here's South Portland and Gilboy trying to enter TA's zone, and now here's Gilboy with a good chance. A shot goes on, and it hit the outside and hit the water bottle with the BioSteel sponsor on it. If you don't know BioSteel, it's now like the #1 sports energy drink, electrolyte drink of hockey this year, used by all the pros. That's a long shot and a save in the arm of Drew Johnson. That came from Ian Wright.
South Portland not where they expected to be, down 3-0. Just trying to throw some shots on goal and hope that one of them will be able to sneak by Drew Johnson, who's done a great job in goal tonight.
Face-off won by South Portland, but off the referee's leg. And now here is Joey Susi, sent it into the zone. No icing call. McLean will take it behind Johnson. Looking for a pass, high off the glass. But a great read there by Brady Pecora to take it in front of South Portland's net. Here is Lucas Hubbard. Hubbard was trying to find Pecora. That would go the length of the ice and be called for icing. That icing brought to you by Toppet Mobile Ice Cream Cart. The only thing colder than the ice out there, Cole, you guessed it even though you didn't guess. It's Toppet Ice Cream.
That's right.
A strong game so far. 2 goals from Marcotte, 2 assists from Beaudet. Pecora adding a goal as well. They lead 3-0. Not really the score I thought we were going to see in the second, but Tia is taking control. That was high-sticked pretty clearly there by number 4. That was Cooper Jacobs, but no call. This went over the net. Beaudet gets checked as he sends it into the boards behind Curtis. Good save there by Hubbard, but it's tipped in the air by Casey McVeigh. We're seeing a little more of line changes from South Portland now, putting in some of their lower lines. So they're trying to get something going, get a spark in their offense. That's a good pass from Hubbard. A shot comes in by Brady Pecora, and the net looks like it's off its hinges. Ref put it back on. And here goes Gilboy, the captain for South Portland. Gilboy hands it off as Gavin Corson was heading in to put pressure on. They're going to change. And again, you're seeing almost an entire change, even when TA has possession, which just doesn't seem like the smartest idea. That time it worked out as that long pass from TA's defense was stopped. Now here's the pass trying to go to Lappin. Trying the clear out to Jake Skillings. It'll go all the way down, and an icing on Thorne Academy. That icing brought to you by Toppet Mobile Ice Cream Cart.
The only thing colder than Toppet ice cream is Josh Pulsifer working the ice cam.
Yeah.
Down there in the back corner.
That is true. He told us the frostbite was creeping in on him, but he's weathering the storm down there, whatever kind of storm that might be. That shot off the face-off goes far by Drew Johnson. Chance on Curtis was wide. Pellerin with some speed, trying to go into the boards to get it. Marcotte has it. Changes to Florent on the far side. That one's tipped high in the air. It goes off of the roof, and a South Portland player grabs the puck. Face off in front of Curtis for yet another time. Under 9 to go. TA with a 3-0 lead. 1 goal in this period from Marcotte, who has 4 for TA and leads the team now. Corson, good keep in. Off the arm of Gilboy. Marcotte tries to switch it back to Pellerin, but Seth Cloutier was in position. Brady Corson has it, gives it to Gavin Pellerin. Pellerin tries to find a pass. Good defense by Gilboy. Clearing it out. Now here's Cloutier. Cloutier trying to go cross ice, but great defense from Lasser. Cuts in front of him. Good body position from Lasser. Now he's trying to enter the zone. He's pressured on. Sends it back in for Pellerin. Pellerin was in the right spot. Pellerin has it behind the net. He's checked hard. Good check there from Joey Susi. McLean keeps it in, looks for a shot. It's wide. Pellerin is the first one to it. Pressure coming from Seth Cloutier, and now here goes Jake Udamse, lost control. Marcotte sends it back in the zone. They're going to say it was onside. It looked like it had just gone over the line, but South Portland has it as they change. Gilboy off the boards. Good tip in the air by Ben Stanley, but didn't get as much of on it as I think he may have wanted it to. Now here's Joey Susi behind the net. There comes Toby Lappin. Lappin, good turn, switching it to the middle. Good defense and check there by Brady Pecora. Now Bodette. That's right into the netting.
Good defense to offense for TA. A couple minutes ago, Kyle Lasser with a great defensive play, and they put them in a good position to score. And same thing with Brady Pecora, taking the puck away at center ice and getting hopefully another opportunity for TA to extend this lead even more here.
Unlike the pros, there was no delay of game. That would have been a delay of game call on Evan Bodette as he cleared that into the netting of where the fans are. So because that is not a rule in high school hockey, we will stay 5-on-5. Here's Bodette. Nice move. Lost control of it. Now Toby Lappin. Tough counterattack there as they just didn't have any momentum. Here's Florent trying to get it back out. He got it to Bodette. Entering the zone, here's Ian Wright. Wright got cleared the length of the ice and will go down for an icing. This icing brought to you by Top It Mobile Ice Cream Cart, the only thing colder than Top It ice cream. And we thought it was Josh Pulsfer in the corner there, but I'll give you another one. It's the Patriots' playoff chances, as they are 7-7 and are very far out of a chance for the playoffs with the Bengals, Dolphins, and Bills
Gotta believe
on the schedule. I can't believe, Cole.
Matt Patricia's been saving his best stuff for these last 3 games here. Just you wait.
Here's Pecora giving it to Bodette. Bodette shoots and he scores! Close side shot and they score. That's goal number 4. It started off the breakout of Drew Johnson with a great save, and he was able to get it to the side. Bodette gets the pass from Brady Pecora. Bodette has goal number 3 on the season. It's 4-0 TA.
Working really well in transition, just made that look easy. Pecora with a great pass, just sending it through, and Evan Bodette nets it. 4-0.
Great game for TA. South Portland's starting to fall very far behind as TA has taken control of offense and defense here off the boards. Trying to get it in the zone is number 14. That's Casey McVeigh. Nice to see that John Bodette gets to announce his son getting a goal, which is very nice.
And Evan Bodette is one of those players you can always count on him getting on the board. He's been their top goal scorer for a couple of years now. And gets another one there.
Face off won by South Portland. A shot comes on, it's wide off one of their own players. Johnson will get a little walk there as they fix the net. Down to 6:13 to go. If you're just joining us, TA with a strong 4-0 lead. I'm Zach Tarenko here with Cole Purvis, Jeff Christian Murray, Josh Pulsfer, and Troy Bolduck working the camera tonight for us here at Biddeford Ice Arena on TA TV. the first hockey broadcast of our winter sports season. We've had a few basketball games. A huge check by Lappin on Pellerin into the South Portland boards. Lesseur trying to bring it down with two South Portland defenders there. Here's Lappin. Lost control of it. Couldn't get a good pass off. Now into the boards. Here goes Marcotte. TA is definitely controlling the neutral zone a lot more in this second period than they did in the first one. Missed check there by Hewitt Sykes. Now here's the breakout for Susi. Susi will take a shot, and that one was nowhere close to the net. It was able to bounce off the boards right to Johnson. South Portland just can't even get shots on net right now, the way TA's defense is controlling the play. That's why it's 4-0. We have somebody watching from Glendale, Arizona, Medford, Long Island, New York, Tavares, Florida, and Wares, Florida. Oh, actually, it was the same guy, but lots of nice warm places. I mean, I don't know about New York, but I mean, let's be honest, anything is warmer than Maine. Here's Brady Pecor with some speed. The backhand pass goes off the skate of Liam Anderson. Then Florent with the rebound chance. It was no good. Now Hubbard, slap shot, blocked. Oh, here's a good chance for a breakout with some speed. Here goes South Portland. Now out up top. Here's a chance. Looks for the pass instead. Johnson with the pad save. 2-on-1, and Drew Johnson shuts it down, and he keeps the shutout alive.
Entertaining sequence there. One of the most aggressive offensive possessions from TA that I've seen all season, but they turn it over, and Drew Johnson makes the save on the other end.
Those are some of the mistakes TA is trying to eliminate in their games, and Johnson is helping them out. He's not playing like a backup, Cole.
Yeah, so many guys were crammed into their offensive zone for TA that when the puck squirted out to a South Portland player, he had a bunch of free ice in front of him.
Face off in front of Jasper Curtis, who's just had a tough day. The defense has not been much of a help. Corson, good move. Puts one behind the net. Gavin Corson, his younger brother, out there on the same sequence, which is probably something pretty special to his parents. Good takeaway by Bergeron. Leaves it in the air for Jake Skillings. Skillings tries to put a little check on there. Ian Wright got the better of it, and he sends it around for Gilboy. Wright and Gilboy have had good days so far, but TA has just gotten the better of them on some offensive possessions. That was Sykes trying to put it on net. He couldn't get it close to in front of Johnson. That's a long shot, and Johnson may have gotten a piece of it as it went wide. There's a chance now for Ian Wright. Gives it to Gilboy. Gilboy puts one on net. It's blocked in the arms of Brady Corson and sent away. I talked to Brady Corson before this game. I saw him today in class. He told me he was going to have at least one block, and there it was right there. And that is way offsides. Toby Lappin, and they're giving up on the play now, and now Marcotte will break out. Marcotte's shot goes over the net. Gave up after the offsides, and TA is taking possession and control. Here's Marcotte looking for the pass out in front, and a cross check by Wright on Pellerin right in front of the net. This one cleared off the boards and all the way down. That'll be an icing on South Portland. And again, that icing is brought to you by Toppet Mobile Ice Cream Cart.
And the Patriots playoff hopes are colder than Toppet ice cream, but you know what's even colder are the Falcons playoff hopes. Zach is a closeted Falcons fan. He doesn't really talk about it much. He says he is.
Hold on. I'm a Matt Ryan fan, and he's no longer
So now you're
there.
a Colts fan.
No. I'm just a guy who likes football. How about that?
Okay.
That's a great pass from Hubbard to Marcotte. Looking for the hat trick. He had 2 last year, if I remember correctly. Here's Hubbard. Kept in. And a chance now for Cloutier. But TA again with a great defensive play. Here's Lesseur getting to the outside. Lesseur looking for the pass. Marcotte has it. Backhand shot. Save by Curtis. Great save there by Jasper Curtis. Good takeaway now for Cloutier, but Florent is able to spin around and make the defensive stop. It's sent off the boards by Gilboy behind. Hubbard has it. It goes off the netting. It's tipped down. LeSueur has it. LeSueur, cross-size pass. It's tipped off the stick of Brady Engel, and Pellerman was able to get to it first, so it ends up in South Portland's end. Saved by Florent. Florent with the extended reach, and he slides out to keep it in. Great play by Jake Florent. He is a great addition to this team. Came from Biddeford last year. He had a great season last year with Biddeford, and has proven to be one of their TA's top defensemen this year. That shot goes on net, blocked by Lappin, and now a chance for a 3-on-3. Lappin will throw it on Johnson. May have gone a piece of it. Lappin the rebound. Great defense by Hubbard, and then a slash by Lappin on Hubbard. Very low in penalties today. That one's high in the air, almost hit one of the parts of the roof. Curtis makes the save. And they'll hold on to it. 1:22 to go. TA still holding on to that 4-goal lead. So they'll face off in front of Curtis.
South Portland desperate as they should be, just throwing these shots on goal, hoping for a good rebound or a good deflection. But TA's been able to break up these shots, and if it does get to the goalie Johnson, he's been able to stop it.
Sear gets it back to Corson. Corson gets it to Sear. Cam Sear is checked by Lappin. Lappin's put a lot of checks on the last few minutes. They're trying to bring more physicality, it looks like, in the second period, and see if that can cause some momentum. Right now, TA has it all as we're in the last minute of play. There's a chance for a breakout. Good defense by Brady Pecora as he came off the bench. Trying to wrap it around. That was Sykes. Brady Corson was looking for the hip check. That was a good move. It was evaded there late by Sykes. That's a cross check on Pecora. They're all fighting for it. Bodette comes out with it, and now they'll try to break out. Here's Cam Sear. Sear puts one on net, save the rebound, and Pecora scores. Jasper Curtis is frustrated with his team. That's just a tough play by Curtis there.
Yeah. Brady. I think we can credit Curtis's pad to the assist there. Just bounced right to Cam Sear, and TA's pouring it on 5-0. Not even the third period yet.
Brady Pecora, 2 goals in this game. Cam Sear gets his first assist. You know, after the play, you see Curtis turn around and yell at his defenseman, but I'm going to be honest, that's really on him. You know, unfortunately, he used his stick to push it to the side. You got to be able to hold on to that one. And maybe, yes, Pecora could have been covered by a defenseman, but he's got to have better control of that, as that was not a really hard shot on net.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of both there. It's on the goalie and the defense. He put himself in a vulnerable position by deflecting that off of his pad right to a TA player right in front of the net.
Great late goal there by TA. I'm going to say onsides for Jake Skillings. Shout out to George Mendros watching.
Shout out to George.
He said we're doing a great job, and we appreciate that, George. Thank you for watching. And that will do it for the second period of action. TA scores 2 goals in the second. It's now 5-0, and they have blown the scoring open in this game. We'll take a quick break here on TA TV. Be back before the third period of action and the end of this game.
Hey, Dan. How's that proposal coming?
Just finished. I am sending it right now.
Okay, good. Oh, no. How are we looking for noon? We got like 2 minutes. Dan.
Run over here.
Is this my room? Wow, Dad! Is this your room?
YTAMs? Expand your knowledge base and gain some valuable experience in upper level classes. At TA Middle School, students who qualify are able to take classes at the upper school as an 8th grader. Whether it's in the arts or math or science, some students achieve academic standing to take a class or two with freshmen at Thornton Academy. This experience can prepare students for the rigors of the upper school, but also get them familiar with the campus and lifestyle that comes with TA. Students who take classes early at the upper school can get on track to achieve the highest academic offerings and standards we have to offer on campus. Learn more about why TAMS at thorntonacademy.org/TAMS.
Why TAMS? Respect, responsibility, compassion, investment. At TA Middle School, our pillars are the cornerstone of our school community. We do not simply have our pillars written on our walls. They are part of the fabric of everyday life at TAMS. Student recognitions are based on the pillars. Our consequences are based on the pillars. We spend considerable time with our students helping them define and understand what our pillars mean and what they look like in our school community. Our pillars provide students with a foundation to help them grow socially, emotionally, and navigate through what can sometimes be an awkward and difficult stage of adolescence. Our goal at TAMS is to help students become respectful, responsible, compassionate, and invested young adults in the classroom, on the playing field, and on the stage. Our pillars embody who we are and who we want to be. Learn more about why TAMS at thorntonacademy.org/TAMS.
Why TAMS? Partly as a reaction to the time lost and disruptions during the pandemic, the staff at TA Middle School is committed to getting our students back on track in the core subjects. This is why the school has decided to ensure all 6th grade students take at least one math and one English language arts class every single day. Emphasizing these two bedrock curriculums puts our students on a path back to success as we come out of the pandemic. Together, we can prepare our 6th graders for the rigor of their later years of middle school and on to Thornton Academy Upper School. Learn more about why TAMS at thorntonacademy.org/TAMS.
Thornton Academy's arts programs are among the most robust in New England. We offer full programs in visual arts, media arts, dance, theater, vocal music, and instrumental music. Our faculty are committed to providing a premier experience for all of our students.
Through December 31st, any donation made to our Friends of the Arts campaign will be matched up to $10,000 thanks to a generous donor.
Funds that are donated to Friends of the Arts are used directly to support our programs during the school day and after school.
Donors like you make it possible for us to give students the chance to be who they are and become who they want to be.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Zach Tarenko, a senior here at Thornton Academy. I am the host of the Trojan Talk podcast, and I've worked with TATV for 4 years as a broadcaster. In the past few years, TATV has become a leader in sports streaming service in the state of Maine. We work tirelessly to bring the best content to Maine sports fans. Take a look at some of the best moments from TATV in the past few years.
By Peyton Jones, forward to Anthony Jones, up to Peyton
Whoa,
Jones.
baby! That's what we're talking about right there.
Start the clock. On the move, Ethan LeBlanc gets inside, shoots and scores! LeBlanc ties it with 1 second left. What a play! And TA with a miracle. It's 10-10. Melendez. Melendez puts a shot up at the buzzer. Oh, she got it! Mackenzie Melendez.
I'm Cole Purvis, a junior at TA. I'm also a member of the Trojan Talk podcast and have worked with TATV for the past 3 years as a broadcaster. As we get closer to an exciting winter sports season, there's a great opportunity for local businesses and companies to get involved by becoming a sponsor. Sponsorships with TATV come in many different forms, whether it's a commercial that we air for your company or sponsorship for another aspect of our broadcast.
For more information, you can send a direct message to any of the Thornton Academy platforms. Go Trojans!
We are back here on TATV for the final period of play between the Thornton Academy Golden Trojans, the home team, and the away team, the South Portland Red Riots. I'm Zach Taranko here with Cole Purvis. Cole, the second period, same kind of play as the first. They scored 2 goals. It's now 5-0. They are dominating South Portland. A couple of great goals. What have you seen from TA so far in this game?
They're taking advantage of a really sloppy defensive effort by South Portland, just getting so many shots on goal, taking advantage of the puck just bouncing off of the goalie's stick or pad or another player's skate, and they're just finding the net really well, playing it aggressively on offense, more aggressive than I've seen them play all season long. You think back to last game against Biddeford, those first couple periods, the thing was they weren't physical enough. Biddeford was checking them really well, and they finally turned it on in the third period, but they've played a complete game, 2 full periods of great physicality, and they hope to continue that and complete a shutout here. Drew Johnson has played extremely well in goal, and he wants to finish the deal with a clean sheet here against South Portland.
No shutouts so far this season for for TA. South Portland did have one. Curtis had one against Lake Region, Oxford Hills, and Freiburg, which is another co-op team. So a complete game so far. Expect South Portland to come out and play really aggressively, even if they give up more goals. They just want to go all out here. The game is pretty much out of their hands the way they've been playing. It's just a nice, easy glove save by Johnson. So expect them, to be aggressive, to be physical, and we'll see if TA can add on to their lead, or if South Portland might cut it down a few. 5 goals could happen in a period, but the way this game is going, it's highly unlikely.
And this is just a chance to mix lines, get guys playing with people they're not used to. And you look at the early season schedule, this was not a game that you expected to be an easy game whatsoever. South Portland had a great team last year, and they have just come out and blew them out here at Biddeford Ice Arena.
That is out of place. Blew the whistle dead, even though TA had possession, which is a tough thing that happens sometimes. But they're going to face off in front of Curtis. It'll be Gavin Corson with Jake Skillings and Shane Bergeron. Here's Gavin Corson. Gives it back, taken away by South Portland, high in the air. Here's a chance for Jake Udomse. Bergeron, that was Brady Corson trying to tap it down. Here's Heath McLean. Flips it around to Bergeron, and a nice tap for Gavin Corson. It bounced on the ice, maybe a little chip in the ice there. Nice pass down to himself for Bergeron. He was offsides. Unfortunate there for Bergeron. We'll have a face-off just outside of the South Portland end. I want to give one more shout out to all of our sponsors here on TATV. Saco Biddeford Savings, Packwell and Carroll Insurance, the Webb Family Law Firm, who will host our post-game show. And Top It Mobile Ice Cream Cart, who hosts our halftime for basketball games and icings for hockey. Chance for a breakout. Bodette flips it into the netting behind the net. It'll be a face-off in front of Curtis. Lost by Pecora, and now here goes Toppin. It's going to be Lappin. Cam Sear, almost a high stick, kept in by Lappin. Here's a chance for Sykes. Good defense by Hubbard. Now Lappin's shot is wide of Johnson in the far corner. Sear tries to chip it up to Bodette, lost control of it, but he gets it out to Sear. Taken away by Gilboy, and now another chance for a break, but a missed opportunity on a pass. Sear can't get a stick on it. Fight in front of the net. As Hubbard gets it behind the net, they will change on offense. Florent couldn't hold on to it. South Portland puts it back into TA's end behind Johnson. Hubbard was there. Marcotte has it. Marcotte looking for the cross-ice pass. Will go to Pellerin instead. Now here's Pellerin with speed. Pellerin trying to cross both defenders. He does. Puts it in front for Lesur and just couldn't get to the stick of Lasser or Marcotte. Good check there by Florent. We'll look at our upcoming streaming schedule here one more time on TATV. So this upcoming Wednesday during our Christmas break at TA of a boys basketball game versus Gorham at 7:30. That'll be a big matchup as Gorham was one of the teams that gave TA a hard time last year and brought back almost everybody on that roster. We also have on January 3rd, girls basketball versus Windham at 6 p.m. and then Wednesday, January 4th, boys hockey versus Scarborough at 8:45 back here at Biddeford Ice Arena. That will also be a good game as Scarborough was a team that TA lost to last year in the state championship. Wyatt Grodon had the game-winning goal in double overtime. Shout out to Wyatt Grodon, who I work with at Ken's Seafood Restaurant in the summers. That was an icing. That icing is brought to you by Top It Mobile Ice Cream Cart. The only thing cold in the ice here at Biddeford Ice Arena, which I will say is pretty cold, is Top It ice cream. Corson tries to keep it in the zone. He cannot. It's taken away by Udomse. Udomse goes back as Marcotte goes sliding into the boards. He's okay. That one goes all the way around, and McLean puts it the opposite direction. Fighting for it is Cloutier with Corson and McLean. Both defenders are in that scuffed play. Gets tipped to the far side. McLean got over there in time. Pellerin can't get a stick on it. South Portland keeps it in. Here's Udomse right out in front of Cloutier. Good defense by Corson. Trying to keep it in. Now a chance for a break, and here goes Lasser. Lasser, he's got a one-on-one. Lasser, nice toe drag move. Tries a backhander, and it was right out in front for Pellerin, but just wide. Pellerin couldn't get a touch on it. Good defense there by South Portland. Now in front, here's Lasser. Tries the backhand. Pellerin with a chance for a shot. Oh, what a save by Curtis. Got his shoulder on that one, and now Hubbard will keep it in the zone by putting it behind. Here is Susi. Susi sends it around the boards.
Lasser's really facilitating this attack here. A couple of really nice passes, but haven't been able to get a clean shot off of it, but still a great couple plays by Kyle Lasser.
Hubbard's shot is sticked wide by Curtis and sent the length of the ice for another icing on South Portland. And it'll go back to a face-off in front of Jasper Curtis. Want to mention that if you missed it last night, we had a boys basketball broadcast, TA versus Bonnie Eagle, and it was a pretty exciting matchup. We had a couple of interesting attendees, one being JP Estrella, who is going to be a Tennessee Volunteer next year, going to play D1 basketball. And TA got the better of Bonnie Eagle in that one, 65-55. And they stay undefeated. All three of TA's winter sports teams are undefeated, which is
that's awesome.
Pretty nice. I mean, obviously we're only a few games in, but we knew all these teams were going to be good, and we knew. And all the teams have had good matchups. Boys playing Bonnie Eagle, the girls played Scarborough, TA has played Edward Little and South Portland. So lots of great play from all the teams, and we hope to continue to say that they stay undefeated.
Yeah, one of them will lose at some point, but we'll enjoy it while we can. And all three of these teams are playing really well and have a great chance of making a deep run. And that boys basketball game against Gorham is going to that's one of the games at the beginning of the year you just are so excited for, because Gorham is one of the most hyped up teams in Class AA South this year. We haven't really seen them put it all together because they were a young team last year, but it's more about projection. It's seeing the future and that they have a ton of great young stars on their team and some good scorers. I know Ashton Leclerc is one of their star players, and so should be awesome to see them come into TA. Last year they came into Linnell and almost knocked TA off as an underdog.
Yeah, that was a crazy game. I remember the score was 73-71, which is pretty high scoring.
Definitely.
And TA was able to get the better of that team, but Gorham's probably going to come back with a good vengeance there. So that puck is sent high off the stick of Gilboy and into the netting behind Curtis. 8:35 to go in the third period. TA still with that 5-0 lead at this point. We're just looking for maybe a late goal maybe from either team. We'll see what happens. Pecora trying to get there. Tip down. Corson. Cam Sear keeps in. He's checked hard by Casey McVeigh. McVeigh, good defense from Corson, but he lost his stick. Here's number 12 for TA. It's Braden Duhane. He slips and falls, and Lappin will send a big check in on him.
One thing to watch for is how TA plays their goalies. We expected Porter Krause to get most of the reps as a senior goalie coming in as a transfer, but Drew Johnson has now played 2 games, and we'll see if it's kind of a 50-50 split or if somebody gets a little bit more. That'll be important down the road because a bad day from your goalie could mean the end of your season when it comes to playoff time.
The chance out in front, and just a missed pass was looking for Brady Engel. With the goalie situation, Cole, like you were saying, I mean, it gives definitely, it's nothing bad to have 2 goalies that could be starters. For Coach Gagnon. He will have, obviously, choices all season, and if in the unlikely and unfortunate situation that there might be an injury, there would still be a goalie at hand who could start. So it's a good situation to be in, but tough to see who will be the starter. Florent tried to poke that one in. This one is raced for Cloutier.
Got a good shot on that.
Yeah, Johnson was able to get a piece of it off the pad. Lasser, and that's offside. I think Lasser knew it even before it happened. He's trying to argue with the ref, but that was definitely offside. 6:55 to go. And we'll have a face-off just outside of South Portland's zone.
Florent has been a really entertaining player so far because he'll just take the puck and take it coast to coast all the way up the ice, and we'll try and, he's just so aggressive. We'll take it from one end to another and put a shot on goal. One of the more aggressive players that we've seen play for TA hockey.
Long pass is not going to be icing. South Portland will try to move it up now. Here is Ben Stanley. Stanley looking for a chance at a shot. Nice save there by Drew Johnson. Great save off the arm and maybe a piece of the glove as well. Here's Florent putting it behind for Marcotte.
Johnson's been really on his game today and is about 6 minutes away from a potential shutout. Don't want to jinx him though.
Here is Marcotte. Cross-ice pass. Nice one at Pellerin. Pellerin trying to get it back to Lasser. He can't hold on to it. And here goes South Portland. Hubbard tried to check. And that was Liam Anderson getting by. Here's Lasser. Off the boards, and that one's all the way down. And the ref will blow the whistle. That'll be another icing. This one on TA. And that icing is brought to you by Chop It Mobile Ice Cream Cart. I would say that the only thing cooler than the ice cream cart is Josh Pulsver, but he got a new hat. And he is definitely warmer on that end of the ice. Again, we appreciate him being here for that ice level camera footage. We also appreciate Jeff Christianberry and Troy Bolduck for helping us out with tech and camera. It's definitely cold, and we appreciate them braving the temperatures to bring us this awesome broadcast. Their stoppage of play will be a face-off in front of Drew Johnson. 5:33 to go in the third. Face-off won by South Portland. That goes back for Jack MacArthur. Corson trying to clear it. Here's a chance for a shot out front. He's tripped up. No penalty called. McLean, pressured by Lappin, will go around the boards for Shane Bergeron, and Bergeron will try the breakout, and a huge check. I think Bergeron may have gotten one there. That's another big check by Bergeron on MacArthur. Bergeron using the body now as we hit the 5-minute mark. As Jack Edwards would say on Nesson, this is the Ford F-150 Final 5. That is Gavin Corson getting his first goal with his brother Brady on the same out there with him. Gavin Corson gets his first as a sophomore under the arm of Jasper Curtis, and it's now 6-0 TA.
That was a great shot, just fit it right through, and 6-0. Good to see some new scorers get on the board as sophomore. Sophomores have made an impact this year, Corson there with the goal. Brady Pecora has played well. Gavin Pellerin and Cam Sear.
I just saw the TA coaches grab the puck for Gavin, his first goal on the varsity team, making an impact already. Here's Cam Sear, tries to get one on net, but it got blocked away. He keeps it on his stick. South Portland trying to get the puck out. Here's Seth Cloutier, his shot is wide. Here goes Pecora, stick is high in the air, and oh my goodness.
I don't know how that happened.
Braden Duhane. Is there a goal? I guess it is a goal.
Touchdown, 7-0.
Yeah, Curtis couldn't hold on to it. That's Bodette. That's Bodette's second goal of the game. I'm not sure what happened. It looks like Curtis, I saw Curtis drop the puck, but it looks like, actually, is it Pecora? I think it is Pecora. Is that a hat trick for Brady Pecora? I think it is. We'll wait to see what Don Bodette has to say. And Curtis, tough mistake there. It's now 7-0 as they are just dominating South Portland at this point in the game. There's a third line out there, Perry. Penalty called. That is a high stick. Release the stoppage in play. Yep, that's Alex Alonso in the box. And yes, that was Brady Pecora with his third goal. Pecora with the hat trick. And that is goal number 5 on the season. He takes back the top scorer on the team from Marcotte, who has 4. It's a pass over to Lappin. It's wide. So a power play for South Portland now. Could get on the board. Ian Wright. There's 2 Sykes. Wright over to Lappin. Lappin inside. Tipped away. And Florent will clear. And Lasseur will chase. And he will be the first one there. It's off the boards. Pellerin trying to get a stick on there. High sticking on Alonso. That one's gloved out of the air. Drew Johnson makes a nice baseball style catch for another save. It'll be a face-off in front of Johnson. 3:32 to go, 1:22 to go on the Alonso high sticking penalty. Here is Pecora, clears it out. Bodette tried to stick it down. It goes the length of the ice, and Lappin will have to take it for South Portland. Now here's Lappin behind the net. Bodette has it now on the shorthanded attempt, gets around the first check, looks for a pass, he fakes it, he shoots, oh, he couldn't get a shot off. Hubbard, and then Bodette puts it in on shorthanded. Hubbard got around it, and Bodette taps it in. What
I don't think it was shorthanded.
What?
Beyond the power play, it was shorthanded because they were back there.
That is a shorthanded goal for Evan Bodette, and he now gets his second of the game. 2 goals, 2 assists for Evan Bodette, an assist for Lucas Hubbard. It was an odd play there as it looked like Hubbard was going to get a good shot off. He couldn't get it off, threw it back on net, and that's goal number 8. It is 8-0. TA has just taken over this game. They scored 3 in the first, 2 in the second, now 3 in the third, and Jasper Curtis having a tough day for the Red Riots. This one taken away. That was offside. But TA had full possession. It's cleared down. 16 seconds left on the power play for South Portland. 1 more breakout chance. Here goes Seth Cloutier into the zone. He will not be the first one there. Hubbard got to it. Now McLean cleared. Could have possibly held on to it. But it Looks like Alonso out of the box and just onto the bench. That one sent in to Lappin. Good defense there from Heath McLean. Here's Hubbard. Shane Bergeron. Flipped it to McLean, now back to Trevor Perry. Couldn't hold on to it. South Portland will clear. Hubbard has it. Sends it across in front of the TA bench. Gavin Corson to McLean. McLean got tipped, but it got to Hubbard. No harm, no foul there. Here's Perry trying to save it. South Portland with another chance. Here's Gavin Corson switching it over to Shane Bergeron. Bergeron lost control of it. First one there, behind the net. Taken by Liam Anderson. Anderson trying to clear, kept in. Jake Skillings is on it. But it's the first one there is Joey Susi. And they have another penalty coming as Curtis goes to the bench. 1:08 to go. Cutting back is Cooper Jacobs, and here comes the call. It's a trip. And to the box goes Gavin Corson. Looking at his stick right now in the box. There's a little, his tape job is a little bit ruined, but hey, he scored his first goal on it, so it's worth it.
Yeah.
The penalty will go to the end of the game here, unless a goal is scored. Braden Duhane couldn't clear the puck.
Less than a minute until potentially their first shutout of the year.
And a big one at that with a 8-0 scoreline.
Yeah, plenty of offense to go with it too.
Here's Sykes. Sykes over to Ian Wright. Wright with some speed, trying to get through Pellerini. Throws it into the zone. Lappin and Gilboy are there. Duhane flips it to the far side. Taken away, South Portland in front. A shot, and he scores. And the shutout is stopped with 19 seconds left, and TA's defense. Tough one there for Johnson. Lappin scores on the power play. He was so close, under 20 seconds left.
Whole game was a shutout, and they're pretty frustrated about that. They definitely wanted the shutout for their goalie, and they're going to go down and congratulate him on a great game.
They'll let the clock go. They weren't going to go back to it.
Yep.
So Johnson gets a nice win, I will say.
Yeah,
but
that's unfortunate.
Yeah. So Cole, as we wrap up this game, we want to give our Top It mobile ice cream cart player of the game. For me, it has to be Brady Pecora with the hat trick and the assist. Evan Bodette had a great game too with 4 points, and a great game for Drew Johnson as well. But Brady Pecora came up with some big goals early in the game and even one late in the game. And that's a nice win for the Trojans.
And we got a goalie hug.
Yeah, goalie hug there for Porter Krause and Drew Johnson. Some bringing up a little
Bruins.
Yeah, Jeremy Swayman and Olmark. You see the handshake line here. Great game overall for Thornton Academy. Their goals forward is now increased by 7, which is great for them. They go to 4-0. South Portland drops to 2-2. And our player of the game again, Brady Pecora, with a great hat trick to help TA get this win. Cole, any last thoughts?
Great game. 8-0 is not what we expected at all, and they came out and made a statement. They didn't play very cleanly against Biddeford or even against St. Dom's in the opener here, but today was just an awesome showing, and they can't play much better than that. Just taking advantage of every opportunity that was given to them, and their defense played awesome as well, and Drew Johnson with an incredible game. So hopefully they can keep this rolling.
Great ending to this game for TA. That's going to do it here on TA TV. I'm Zach Tarenko alongside Cole Purvis, Jeff Christenberry, Josh Pulsfer, and Troy Bullock saying thank you for watching, and we'll see you on Wednesday, December 28th for boys basketball versus Gorham. Have a great night, everybody.